Over Tony C, the man about love, the soul reader. And I'm here every Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern to do free readings for you. Anytime you come to this show, it will always be a free reading. Always. Also, remember, if I don't seem to fit your screen properly, just pinch me in and it'll come into frame. Just pinch it down some and it will come into frame. So that's kind of it. Jill, I'm not seeing everybody that's in the audience, so can you help me? I think I see
Yes, I'm
Charlotte.
happy
Well,
to
we've got
help
a lot
you.
of.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. You have Jennifer,
Hello, Jennifer.
Summer,
Summer. Oh, I love Summer.
Shannon,
Hi, Shannon.
and Alicia.
And
And we are
Alicia.
getting a lot
And
of written
Alicia.
comments already, if you don't mind if
Oh,
I
I
read them.
love written comments.
Okay, I'm just going to go in order and just read.
Okay.
And there are a lot, so bear with me.
Okay, let's hear them. I would love to hear them.
Okay, Shannon says, thank you for inviting me. And Shannon wonders, can you please tell me, are you able to connect with spirits who have committed suicide?
The short answer is probably yes. Um, suicides are a little different. But so if you were in Tyler's show tonight, when Tyler considers himself a medium, okay. I don't consider myself a medium, but I do connect to people on the other side. But I don't do it like Tyler. I don't see your loved one on the other side. As I talk to you, I will begin to, if that's who you need to connect to, I will begin to feel them. So I can feel their energy and what they are going through on the other side. Um, and that's kind of how it works for me. So I'm all about the feeling. And also with the readings I do in this show, the reason I call the show the Soul Reader is because I really tap into a person's soul, who you truly are. So usually my main focus is on you and things that can help you. So if the things that can help you is, you know, answering some issues you may have with the passing of a loved one, that's what in most cases, as you know, this is not an absolute science. So yes, I can do that. So if you'd like a reading, because I'm going to do the topic tonight is um, what is our topic tonight? What is your peace? So I'm going to talk about that for a few minutes. But before we do that, let's get to the other comments, Jill.
Yes, we do have. Yes, we do have a lot more.
Okay.
And they're still coming through. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Jennifer says, hey, you.
And I see we have more people coming into the audience. So, hi, y'all.
Jennifer says, hey, you.
Hey, Jennifer.
Summer says, I need a reading.
Okay, so can we put Summer down? She's
I
the first
do
one.
have, yep.
So we will do you first
When it's that
time, which will be soon.
And Summer, if you've never been here before, the way that we do that is when it's that segment where he starts the readings, I will send you a request to come to camera because that helps him to see you.
Yes.
And then once you hit accept, you'll be on stage with him. And that's how it'll work for everyone
Cool.
Who wants a reading.
I'm looking forward to speaking with Summer.
Jennifer says, stop is a safe word. Got it. And
Cool.
Thank you. And thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Shannon says, thank you for inviting me. Jennifer says, drop the link here. Maybe you're talking.
Drop the link here. The fortune cookie. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, if you're talking about the fortune cookie, it's where you see all the little words scrolling across. and you just tap on that and it'll show everything. It'll take you to everything you need.
And then Jennifer says, alien music cue, LOL. Shannon says, I would love to connect. Again, the words that are scrolling across the screen, if you click on it, it will give
Okay.
you all of Tony's information. Summer says, help.
Help.
Jennifer says, awesome. Summer says, thanks. Jennifer says, pinch, pinch, pinch. Shannon says, thank you for inviting me. Summer says, I would be blessed with a reading. And again,
So
Summer,
we have
you are
Summer twice,
first.
right?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
they're responding to you speaking.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so that's why
Okay.
we're a little behind. Alicia is here and says, hi.
Hi, Alicia.
First time
Hello.
watching you live, but Alicia's been watching your replays and
Oh,
says
cool.
they were enjoyable.
Cool. And just so everyone knows, you can also watch the replays on YouTube. You can also watch the show live on YouTube, and you would go to The Man About Love, one word, on YouTube, and you can check me out live on Tuesday nights also on YouTube.
Jennifer says Summer and Callie is too hot. Shannon says I was in his show. I presume Tyler. Jennifer says, "Oh my lord, that's a totally heartbreaking news." And that Jennifer also says Tyler never calls on her ever, but he does have a really large audience, so
Yes,
I understand
a
that.
very large audience. You have a better chance getting a reading here.
Yes, yes. Let's see. Mrs. Kaz says first time here. I would love a reading.
Welcome, welcome. That's Mrs. Cass.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Jennifer says me too. Watching you first time ever, buddy.
Okay. Cool, Jennifer. This is great. So before do you have more comments?
I still have more
comments. All right.
Shannon says, I've never had a reading. I would love the opportunity. And then, got Shannon too. So we've got 4 people so far.
4.
A Johns or A Jones, maybe. This is a great topic. My mother passed away, and today is her birthday. Aw, happy heavenly birthday. I've been trying to find peace for the past 3 years.
Cool. Maybe we can help you with that.
And Jennifer says, Blazing Saddles. I think she's talking about the heat. And Summer says, Tyler never calls on her either, but he is busy.
Yes, Tyler is very busy. Very busy. But I love him. I love him.
And that includes the ones in there so far.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I'm so happy you're here because it truly fills me with joy. I'm all about joy and love and connectedness. There we go. Got it out. Because we truly are all connected. Really quick, and I said it in the pre-show, is that when I do these readings, I'm just having a conversation with you. And as I have this conversation with you, I will start to pick up things about you. If then later, if you have a specific concern, I will focus on that concern. Yes, Jill.
You're still bringing them in, so there's some more people that you haven't said hello to yet.
More people, yay!
That includes Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Pink Warrior.
Pink Warrior, that's cool. Sound like you're going to kick some butt and be nice about it.
We have Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
And that's all the new people that I see that I haven't mentioned yet.
Oh, cool. This is so cool. I love it. I can feel all of your energy and a lot of positive energy in here tonight. Yes, my producer Jill, my lovely wife.
I'm just talking all a lot tonight. I feel like a co-host tonight. Shannon says, I lost a friend of 27 years last year and had a very hard time with understanding our purpose here.
Okay, cool.
And Sheila says,
All
hi,
right.
how are you doing? I'm happy to hear you tonight or to be here tonight.
I'm happy you're here too. Yes, I mean a lot. Whether there's only one person or two people in the audience is fine with me, but it's also good when there's a lot of people because I can feel more energy. And I will try to get to all of you as quickly as possible. Um, so let's start getting into the show, which is you know what is your piece? What is your piece is the question. Um, so I'll start with me. My piece, and this is going to get into the show later also. My piece is a lot of knowing what my purpose is on this planet. I didn't always know my purpose. And even when I was finally told what my purpose was, because that came from the other side, which is a whole nother story. And we don't have enough time in this show to get into that now. But it came from the other side. I will say my spirit guide. If you're not comfortable with that, you can say my angel, whatever you want to call it. It came from the other side. And one of the things I am supposed to do is spread love, help teach and show people how connected we are, because we are truly connected. I mean, truly, truly, truly. We don't understand it because we can't see it, but especially empaths can feel it. Not all of us can feel that real connectedness. We're connecting to people one at a time. But I was shown how we are connected in a worldly way, and I can feel that. So knowing my purpose and actually beginning to do it is like my peace. Knowing that on the other side, I have my ancestors that are watching out for me. I have my spirit guides that are watching out for me. I have the Holy Spirit that's watching out for me. And I know this. I know this for a fact. So I know that no matter what happens in my life, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be just fine. Now, I'm only human. I have worries just like everybody else. Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Is this going to happen? What about my health? And I have all these worries just like everyone else. But the difference with me is I'm able to get calm and centered because I know from the other side I'm being watched out for. I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in life. So this show is part of it, the things I'm supposed to do in life. So as long as I'm doing what I was called to do, that is my peace. So I usually walk around in peace. I'm not saying I don't have a bad day now and then. Sure, everyone does. But peaceful? I'm very peaceful. So it's very hard for people to pull me in to some negative energy. And we get that every day. We get people coming at us and that are screaming at us and they're being rude and angry and all of these things. But it just kind of rolls off me because I have to forgive them. because they don't know what they're doing. They're just lost and not understanding how we're supposed to be on this planet. So yeah, that is my piece. And if anyone else wants to chime in on what your piece is, and I know someone had a question about not being able to find their piece or how do they find their piece in the comments earlier. And maybe we can touch on that a little bit later. But before it gets too late, I think we should get into the readings because we have a lot to do tonight. And I really want to cover it, being that it's very hard to get a reading on Tyler's show. So, there we have someone up already. Yay! And this is Summer.
Yeah,
Okay,
here's my little man.
let me push.
There you go.
Oh, he's cute. He's
He's
cute.
handsome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my
yes,
goodness, yes, I can't get on Tyler for nothing.
yes.
I'm like, please, I meditate. I'm like anything.
Well, there's only so much time,
I know.
and there's so many people that want a reading from Tyler, and he's
And I
fabulous.
worry about him too. I worry about him because he looks tired a lot too. He does a lot.
He
And I
does.
know it's
He
a lot of energy to do that kind of stuff, you know?
it
I mean,
it
not that I
is.
personally, but
It really is. But let's get to you, Summer.
yeah. Got a
So,
lot going on.
like I said, I usually I just talk to you for a little bit, and then
Okay.
I'll start feeling some things about you. Um, so you're a person, and I do this so when I start telling you things about yourself, then in your mind you're like, oh yeah, he kind of does know about me, and that helps us better connect to
Huh.
each other.
Okay.
So you're a person that wants people to believe
Yeah.
everything is good. I am so happy and life is good and I have nothing to complain about. That's how you walk around on a day to day basis. However, there's a lot of things that go on in your mind that you are, I'm going to use unsettled. It's
Ping ponging around. Yeah.
yeah, it's unsettling to you. Like, it's, but
Make sense of
it's
it.
unsettling to you, but you try to justify it. You try
Yeah.
to give it logic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You try to give the situations and your feelings logic.
Yeah.
But these things that you're concerned about, that you're kind of off balance about, these aren't things you address with logic. Okay,
Okay.
but you're trying to do that, and that's not the way this thing is supposed to work. Myself, I'm a very analytic person. So my analytic side and my creative side, because I'm creative also, they're always kind of battling with each other.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of knowing, and then there's my spiritual side, and there's all of this stuff going on. And it's a matter of figuring out which part do you listen to.
Yeah.
So so that's with me too. I do it a lot better now than I used to.
I have to do a lot of meditating, a lot of grounding, and a lot of healing music,
Yes.
especially with what's going
Yes,
on.
that'll help you. Yes, that'll help you a lot. So I think I got enough now. I think I'm connected to you enough. So your Major concern. Tell me what your major concern is. I think you mentioned it in the comments.
So there's quite a few things.
We want
I
to
can.
start with your number one
My number
concern
one right now is my mom.
is your mom. And your mom's still living?
I hope so. I got her through cancer, and it was very bad, a bad situation with her emotionally. She's not well, unfortunately, mentally, and I took a beating. You know how people say there's always like the black sheep of the family? I've always been kind of that. My dad was like that, and then I looked a lot like him, so then I got that. It was like handed down to me kind of thing. But I'm always the one that will jump in, and I will be there no matter how you've treated me, what you've done to me. I will go through hell to help you. And I unfortunately had to have her leave after she got her diagnosis of it being completely okay. But that she's damaged her whole family now, and including with my brother and stuff. So battling emotionally with that, and the way that they view me is not who I am. So it has broken my heart. I'm very heartbroken about it.
Okay. I understand.
I'm trying to help
So
them.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I know you're going to tell me. I know you're going to tell me, uh, but I'm going to tell you the issue. The issue is not with your mom.
Okay.
The issue really is the old trauma that was caused to
Mm-hmm.
you by loved ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the real issue. So that's where we really need to get some healing to
Yeah.
you, for you, only you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um and this goes way back.
Yeah.
It's like, for you it's lifelong.
Yeah. It's ancestry, like handed down stuff.
Yes, yes. So it's lifelong. It's always been there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to fix something
Yeah.
that you cannot fix.
Yeah.
And you can't fix all of these people that have done you wrong
I know that now.
on a regular. They have done you wrong and they will continue to do you wrong. And I don't
Get
really
it?
want.
Will they ever get it? Will they understand,
No.
or are we going to take till crossing over for them to understand it finally?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I have to let them go. There's no more like hope.
Yes. And I'm glad you came up with that on your own, because
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I was.
doing right now. I'm letting them go, and it's been the hardest thing on a daily basis. I just want to cry because
Yes.
time is missed, memories are missed, moments, and that's what I struggle with.
But you have to do it with love.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
yeah.
So in your meditation, I want you to, when you meditate, I want you to meditate on doing that with love,
Hmm. I
with
definitely.
forgiving, forgiving them, and forgiving yourself.
For allowing it to happen for
No,
so
no, no,
long.
no,
So
not for allowing it to happen. That just puts pressure on you. That acts like you're the blame, but
yeah.
you are not to blame.
Hmm.
When these things are happening from when you are a child, you were
Yeah.
a child.
Hmm.
You could not do anything about it. So it wasn't that you let it happen.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
As a child, you are not equipped to handle that situation, so you just take it.
Yeah.
The way as a child's mind is, oh, they don't like me. So you can
Mhm.
feel that as a child,
Mhm.
but I'm going to make them like me and then everything will be fine.
And it never was.
It never happened.
Mm-mm.
So till till this day you're still trying to do that. You're
Yeah.
trying to make them happy. Is it ever going to change? It shouldn't be like this. This is your mind playing out. It
Mhm.
shouldn't be like this. My family should love me. Why don't they love me? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take care of my mother. I'm going to do this. And no
Just
matter what you do,
feel taken for granted. If you
yes, it's not going to change. It's not
Okay.
going to change. But you have to create distance
I have. It's done.
lovingly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to kiss their behinds. I'm
No.
saying be positive while you do it and be
Yeah.
forgiving while you do it
Hmm.
because you don't want to bring in that negative
Yeah.
energy.
For sure, I don't. I
Yes,
do.
because
I have moments. We have those moments where we get angry, and then I have the moment of kind of releasing it and letting it go. So I am going through a
yes,
spiritual thing right now where I'm opening up and realizing a lot more. And I've always been kind of sensitive to spirits and stuff like
hmm
that. So I have that side of me. So I think that's why I have always kind of been more to trying to resolve issues, because I always look at it in a, like when I
hmm
did that for my mom, like I
hmm
feel like Jesus walked that walk. He crucified himself. He went through all that. I can get my mom through this. And that's basically how I felt going through the whole battle of it. And
yes,
then when it got to the point where it was just so disrespectful, and I have a son and a family now, I had to shut the door. I had to shut the
exactly, exactly. Yes, you have to protect yourself and your family,
This is
especially
the
your
first time
family.
I've ever done it. This is the
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get used to doing that.
Yeah. I got
Get
to stay
used to doing
here.
that because we need to know how to protect ourselves and our
Mhm.
family.
Yeah,
Uh,
because
uh,
some people you think that would just love you is actually sometimes not good energy around you, and
exactly,
can make you not grow in life,
exactly,
dim your light. I felt like
exactly.
my light was dimmed a lot. My dad's light was dimmed a lot. So
Yes,
it's like I'm not allowing the cycle to continue.
exactly. So you have your family.
Hmm.
You know what the problem is. I was going to say was, but is. You know what the problem is.
I just always question, like, was it my fault? Like, was anything
Yes.
my fault?
No, none of it was your fault. You were a
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
This was done to you.
yeah,
Okay, so you can't go back and change it.
yeah,
You can't change them from before. You can't change them now. But
yeah,
you can change how you handle that situation. You can change that you can create some distance between them. And as you create distance, fair warning, they're going to start coming back at you.
Oh, they are. My
Yes.
whole they're going to my other family, and my other family shut me out, and it's like,
Yeah. So don't worry
leave me
about it.
out, y'all. Leave me
You
alone.
Yes, you have your family, you have friends,
Hmm.
okay?
That's what
Good
I'm
now,
surrounded.
good friends. I don't want you to keep any frenemies,
Oh no, I don't.
okay?
I totally have been in that healing state for a while, and
Okay.
I battle with about my mom, because it's
Yeah.
like I wanted to help her realize how small-minded she thought about everything, and just
Mhm.
open her up a little bit, but there just isn't a way to do
Yeah,
it.
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And when it does happen, if it does happen, I don't want to say when it happens. If it does happen, um it'll be all on her. It won't
Yeah.
be because of something that
It's
you
sad.
changed her mind all of the sudden.
Yeah.
It'll probably be things that you have already done for her.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially when people get older, they begin to reflect.
Yeah. She's reflecting.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Hard to, hard to see. It's hard to see her because she's really lost her way, and you want to
yeah,
save her sometimes, and you can't. So
yeah.
I off that subject, I know that you say you don't really. I don't know if you can connect to anybody at all. Like my dad, I don't. I don't want to take up a lot of people's times because I know how much this is important to people. Also, but are you able to connect to people like my dad or possibly my husband's dad that just passed away, John or a Vic?
And like I said, I do energy. I don't even need names. All you have to do is tell me whether it's your father or your grandfather or who it is.
My dad was like
Um,
he
but
was like
let's
everything.
go with your father.
Hmm.
How long ago did he pass away?
It's been a while. Gosh, I can't even remember the year. I
It,
fell in
do-
a really bad
it doesn't
depression.
have to be the exact year. 5 years, 10 years. Well,
It was like probably over 5 years. So not 10 yet, but maybe 6 or 7.
okay.
Could be.
Your father. Your father is in a good place.
Hmm.
Okay, he's pretty centered now. He's in a real good space now.
Okay.
Um, the things he needed to learn, he learned pretty quickly. Okay,
Okay.
when he got to the other side. But when it comes to your father and you, he says he's really, and this is what I feel. I feel it and I translate it.
I need to
So
hear it.
I, he's saying that, or I'm feeling that he's saying
Go
that
ahead.
he's really proud of you.
Aw.
He's he's really proud of you. He's been watching. He knows what you're going through, and he's sorry that you have to go through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's always there.
Okay.
He's saying he's always there.
Did
Oh,
he give me those signs? I want to know those signs that I got before my son. Was that him?
yes. Yes. Um he is. Yeah, he keeps telling me, I'm always there. I'm always there. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to question it. I'm always there. I'm always there.
Was
Is what
that
I
him who
feel.
held my heart after he passed? Because I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Was that him? Because there was an orb over my heart at one point in a picture when we found his family that he was adopted. He helped us find him. I know it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm feeling is when he says he's always there, he's
Yeah.
always there.
I know.
Sometimes people on the other side will say, "Oh yeah, I'm always watching out. I'm always,"
I
but
felt like
his
we
is
were always
different.
connected. We were always connected, and I felt like I pushed him away when he first passed away because I fell in such a depression. Like I thought my heart was gonna explode out of my chest.
He was
Um,
there.
Seriously, like when we met his sisters and everybody, there's a picture taken. There's an orb was
It's an
over my
orb.
heart.
Yeah,
As
he's
I re-
always there. No, I mean when he says he's always there, he's like always there. It's just
Aw.
like like always there.
Does he visit my brother? Like, what does he say about my brother? Because I'm just so sad about how my brother's been in this whole situation too. He's always been upset about us fighting. We've always fought and never, Jonathan's never gotten me.
Now, I feel like he's more connected to you,
For sure. Yeah.
and that your brother,
He's like,
there's other people that are that are let me see. There are other people that are helping your brother.
okay.
I don't know who they are, but
Okay.
on the other side, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of ancestors, a lot of our old relatives, and spirit guides, angels, whatever. But there's a lot of entities on the other side that watch over us, more than we can possibly know. Okay, couldn't possibly know. All right. So in your brother's case, there's others that are watching over
I
him.
only have one more thing, and I'm so sorry. I don't want to take up all your
Okay.
time. So, my husband just lost his dad just a few months ago, and we're having an issue with his stepmom and the house situation and a will that supposedly I think has gone missing. We're hoping has gone missing and hasn't or wasn't done or whatever. I don't know if you could tap into that, and because we want to make the right decisions right now, and we're trying to not over jump because of our feelings of what she's doing, but she's been doing a lot of things that you just don't do after somebody passes away. So I was hoping maybe you could tap into that a little bit and see how he feels.
Unfortunately, I got nothing on that.
Nothing.
I'm blank. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I got nothing on that. And like I said, I focus on the person I'm doing the reading for. So if it's you directly connected to you, that's how I connect to everything else. Um, but I'm not getting.
What about my dad's mom that he never met?
I'm not. I got nothing.
I know you probably have to move
I
on.
got. I got not. Sorry.
It's okay. I appreciate you leave just any of this, I
Yeah.
appreciate you doing
Well.
this.
Well. I hope I helped some, but for you, it's
Yeah.
meditation, and it's hard to get too deep
Yeah.
on the show.
Right. So
You know.
if I wanted to go further with an in depth, I could possibly do a reading with you privately.
Yes.
It would be
Yes.
easier for you to tap into other stuff. I know
Yeah.
you got to take care of other people right now, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. So that's know2bestill.com, or you could just hit that fortune cookie. Are you familiar with the fortune cookie?
Right here. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little scroll thing there. You click on
Okay.
that, it'll have all the information on how to contact me.
Okay. I appreciate everything you said.
And I
Really.
appreciate you, and I have so much love for you.
Oh, thank you so
So
much. Same
keep
here.
doing what you're doing, and stay focused on taking care of yourself and your
Positivity.
family, and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Forgiveness,
I'm
but not
trying.
get back together.
No.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness and love, but letting go for
Let-
the time being. It just has to be.
yeah.
It just has to be.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank
No,
you
I
so much.
appreciate you, and thank you so much for being brave enough to do a reading live.
Yeah, I've been needing this. I'm
Okay.
like,
Well,
please help
great,
me.
Summer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you know how to take yourself off the stage,
Um,
or
Do you want me X in the corner or just on my
no? That'll
picture?
take you out of the show. So, Jill, do you want to? Jill's going to take you off the stage, but you'll still be in the show.
Okay.
Cool. And that should happen a second. And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jill. So is the next one Mrs. Case?
I think it's Kaz,
Kaz?
but we'll see.
Kaz.
We'll get
Okay.
her up here.
Cool. So Again, in the case with Summer, the reason why I couldn't tap into the other people is because she wasn't connected to them, like she was connected to her father or her mother or something like that. So that is why. Who do we have? Who do we have? Because I can't
Your
see.
wife was right. It's Mrs. Kaz.
Mrs. Kaz.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Kazanev. My
Okay.
husband told me to stop trying to pronounce it. He's not American. Well, he's not with me anymore. He passed away 2 years ago,
Okay.
and he was not American. He was French,
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't speak French, so
Well, how about that?
I know. So he said, "Stop trying to pronounce it." Just so I always said Kaznev, but it's a mouthful. So I just you can call me Chris.
Okay, okay, Chris. Hey, let me ask my producer real quick. Is Chris frozen? She's frozen on my screen.
Oh,
I can see her video, but I and hear her just fine.
I
But I
hear you
just but
fine.
she's not.
Yes,
You're right. Her image is frozen.
oh, that's funny because I'm moving on my end.
you're moving on your end. We're gonna try something real quick.
Okay.
Can you, Jill, take her off video and then invite her to video again? So we're going to take your video down for a
Okay.
second, and then there'll be another invitation for you to come to video,
Okay.
and then maybe it'll work. But we can hear you fine.
Okay.
All is good. And in the meantime, we, unless Jill has something to tell me. There we go. I think you're moving now.
Am I
Wave a
moving?
hand or something. I thought I saw your eyes move.
Can you see me now?
Nope, I saw you move for a second. But
Well, as
let's
long
go
as you
with
can
this.
hear me, it's fine.
Well, it helps me to see you, so at least
Oh,
I can see you. Um, all right. Does make it a little more difficult.
that's weird because I'm moving on my end.
Ah, okay. Well, technology stuff happens.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Okay, now this I'm going to get right into this,
Okay.
and when when I start tapping into people, sometimes they come through really strong. Sometimes it's a little weaker. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to connect for whatever reason. So it's not anyone's fault or anything else. But for some reason, I keep hearing tough cookie, tough cookie. She's a tough cookie. She's a tough lady. That's what I keep feeling. Tough cookie, tough lady. Does
Well, if it is, it's probably only been since my husband's passing. Um, I'm 64. I grew up where, you were brought up that the man did everything. And so I played the traditional role,
okay?
mom.
I'm gonna stop you. I want to stop you right there.
Okay.
Okay, I am right. Tough cookie, tough. You're a tough. So when you are just now telling me, oh, I played the role of the good wife, the subservient woman, and this and that, but that's not who you are. That's not who you were. You are always this tough cookie on the inside since you were a child, very confident in what you wanted to do, and all of that. But your upbringing taught you to be, oh no, you need to be a nice girl. You need to,
True. Very true.
yes, you need, but
Very, very true.
yes. And I'm thinking it's somebody from the other side that's telling me this tough cookie
Probably
because
my
people don't hardly use that phrase anymore. I'm hearing tough cookie, tough cookie. Um, I don't know who it's coming from, but
I wouldn't be
somebody's
surprised if it wasn't my husband because honestly, Anthony, I've been married 3 times. I laugh because I tell people I'm the kiss of death. All three of them are deceased.
Okay. Okay.
All had early demises. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. The first one died. We were divorced. It was a long time ago, but he died in that first wave of COVID. My second husband, who was the father of my children, just dropped dead like that, 44 years of age, of a heart attack.
Wow.
And then the love of my life, my Stefan, passed away 2 years ago from lung cancer, and he was 60.
Okay.
And he
I'm
was,
sorry for your loss.
thank you.
I,
Oh,
yeah.
it's just, I miss him every moment of every day. And he was the one who, we all know, we all have this ideal of what the French are, right? They're hard to get to know, which is true. They're stubborn, which is true. And he was the one who took away all those things that said, I'm not doing, you're not handicapped. You can do these things. You don't need me to do them for you. You can do them on your, we worked together as a team. He brought me to an equal status. And I've had to do a lot since he passed. Like where I am, the picture behind me, I just sold our house that we lived in, raised the kids, because there were too many memories. It was way too big of a house. I didn't want the responsibility anymore. I bought a townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I scrapped everything. I bought all new furniture, the whole thing. This scared the crap out of me because I never did these things before.
Right. Right.
And I've had to toughen up. And that was one of the things I was looking for was, is he proud of what I've done?
Absolutely.
If I made the right decisions, or is he thinking, geez, I just spending our money like it's,
No.
That's, it wouldn't surprise me if it was him that's saying that.
Now, when I say, I keep hearing tough cookie, and he keeps saying tough cookie, tough cookie, tough cookie, because he is proud of you.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
He's like, and I usually don't I usually don't tell people what their stance is, or how they're posturing, because on the other side, um, in reality, those things don't matter. So when we're shown they're wearing a certain kind of clothes, or that's for us, okay. So it's very rare that I see somebody posturing, but he's doing like this. Tough cookie, tough cookie. She my tough cookie,
That's
tough
my
cookie.
husband. You nailed him, Anthony. You nailed him. Yep. He's always had that confidence. You
Yeah.
mentioned before that you're a very logical person. That was my husband. Same as you. Very logical. Although he had no spirit. He was an atheist. Diehard atheist.
He's
And I
not anymore.
No, he's not. No, he's not, because I did see a medium since he's passed. It's the first time I ever did that. And he didn't like ever admitting he was wrong about something,
Yeah.
but he admitted that.
He admitted it this time, because he's not anymore.
No.
It's funny. It's funny. It makes me laugh. It's because he knew his stuff.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? He knew his
Very
stuff.
smart
If
man.
there was something to know, he knew it.
Yes, Anthony.
Yeah,
Yes.
he knew his stuff.
Yes, he
So
did.
to get on the other side and realize he wasn't right, he's
Yep.
like, oh damn,
And
I was not right. Well,
no.
now I know, but that's the thing. He accepted it very quickly, just like that.
And
Just
I
like that.
knew I was right. I told him, I said, you being so logical, how can you not accept the fact that there's got to be something after death? There has to be. Or what is the purpose of being here?
Yeah,
It
well,
just doesn't make any logical sense.
some
No.
people It's seeing is believing.
That's how he was. Yes. If he
Yes.
couldn't see it, he didn't believe in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, he felt it as soon as it happened. He felt it.
Well, I have a question that maybe you can pose because I did not ask. It was just a few months after he passed, and I was so raw. I had fallen asleep. He didn't even make 48 hours in hospice in our home, and he passed in our home. And I had fallen asleep. And then I woke up, and something woke me up. And I went downstairs, and he wasn't moving, and he had been moving a lot. I could see, and I kept giving him morphine, and I was terrified of how much morphine I was giving him because I didn't want to kill him, but I was just trying to get him to settle down. And it was clear as I was going down the stairs that that he had passed.
Hmm.
Was he angry at me
No,
for not being there the
no,
moment he passed? Okay, thank God.
no, no,
I've always
not at
felt so
all.
guilty about that.
Not at
Um,
all.
that I was not there at that moment. I think it was right because his body was still warm when I went down. There was almost like he woke me up to say, "I'm gone." And it was our daughter's birthday, and I knew it was just going to be a matter of time. And I begged him. He was like in and out, in and out. And I was like, "Please don't die on her birthday," because she had just miscarried her second child 3 weeks before he passed. And he felt so guilty about that. And I said, "Please, honey, don't pass on her. Don't pass on her birthday. Don't pass on her birthday." And it was 2 hours past midnight when he passed. At least that's when I woke up and found him deceased.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me tell you something about
okay.
his passing.
Oh, please do.
When he passed, it was and for lack of a better word,
Oh, yeah. You
for
can just
lack of
say,
a better word, he went he he says, "Oh, wow." He says, "Oh, wow." Because he began to feel the other side.
okay.
The other side is so different than it is here.
That's what he told me, too. He said, "It's so much more than you think it is."
It is so much more than we think it is.
That's what
I have not been to heaven, but I have been shown and felt heaven, if that makes sense to you.
Yes, it does.
So I know what it feels like. And he was elated
So
instantly
I'm so happy for
because
you.
he he was he was happily surprised, and the feeling of, you know, real love is something that we don't know how it feels. We don't know how it feels on this planet. But real love, when you feel it, all of our questions aren't important anymore. They don't matter because you're in the perfect place. All of these things that we worried about while we're here on the planet, we can worry about clothes, we can worry about bills, we can worry about what someone thinks about us, we can worry about the silliest things you cannot imagine. What kind of car do we drive? All of this stuff, all of that's gone. All of the hate that we might have somewhat for someone, or someone we had a bad experience for, and we feel
Mm,
all this negative energy,
yeah.
when we're angry at someone, gone. It's gone. It doesn't exist.
Isn't that beautiful?
And he was just like so elated when it happened. It was just like, oh, wow.
Well, he told us that um, he knew the sex of the baby, even though she was only 9 weeks pregnant when she lost the second, because he knew it was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got pregnant. He said, won't be long, won't be long. The day we buried him, my daughter got pregnant again. Now, of course, we didn't know it, but when they calculated her due date, they brought it back to the day we buried him. And
Mm-hmm.
Sadie just turned a year old in March.
Yeah,
So
these things
it's
are
just,
no accident. Okay.
and the 4-year-old, which was Sophia, was Steph's, because we didn't have children together because we were 37 and 35 when we got married. And I didn't want to start over. And he had never had children. He didn't have any biological children when we met. He had no children. Having Sophia, the 4-year, she's now 4. She was 2.5 when Papa passed. She called him Papa. She still talks about him. And the other day, because I babysit my 2 little granddaughters 4 mornings a week. The other day, I was pushing, Sophia was on her swing. I was pushing Sadie in her swing. And out of nowhere, Anthony, she just looked up and she went, hi, hi. And I said to her, who are you waving to? And she said, Papa.
That's right. That's right. When we're young, when we're still kids, our abilities are still strong.
I was blown away. She turned a year in March, but she doesn't say a lot of words. But hi is one of, and just the way she just looked. You're right, Jennifer. Babies do have intuitions, because I never experienced that. Even Sophia, who knew Steph, hasn't seen, or she talks to her Papa all the time. She remembers a lot of things. But for this baby who's never met her, at least on Earth, she's never met her Papa. She just, looked, hi. And then when I asked her, like I said, she doesn't say a whole lot. And I said, who are you talking to, Sadie? And she said, Papa. Papa.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I believe it. Believe it. And don't stifle her.
Oh, I did not.
Ever. As she grows up, embrace her gifts. The more of us that embrace our gifts, the better the world will become.
Yes. I agree.
It's just that human beings are always telling people what they can't see, what they can't do.
I told my daughter immediately, and of course that made my daughter cry, and because they were very young. I got divorced from their father, the one that passed away at 44, when I met Steph, because I just knew. I always asked my mother, how do you know when you're really in love? And she said, you just know. And I was like, well, that's a lame answer.
That's a lame ass answer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and you said that before, tough cookie.
And believe me, I knew that marrying their dad was not what I wanted to do, and that's a whole other story.
Yes.
But I think I was meant to get 2 great kids out of it.
Right.
And but Steph was the love of my life. It was devastating when we learned he had lung cancer. Didn't see that coming. But knowing that I will be with him again.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I hope this helped you some.
Oh, it did, Anthony. It's so good. Oh, my gosh. Yes, it did. And I thank you, and I will be joining you every week.
Yes, that will make me very happy.
Yes, I would love to. And thank you to your beautiful wife. for her help as
As
well. You
she's
two
shaking
are
her head, you're welcome. So, yes, thank
okay.
you.
Thank
So,
you.
you're welcome. We got two more, I believe, two
Oh,
more
I'll be here
readings to try to
listening.
get through.
I'll be here listening.
Okay. Do you know how to get off the stage?
No. Do I click on my picture?
No, Jill will take you down.
Thank you,
And
Jill.
you she says you're welcome. There you go. She did it. Well, that was another good reading, but yeah, he's that's my tough cookie. That's my tough cookie. That's how he's doing it. But he is he is so happy. He is happier than you could ever imagine him to be. Um it's funny, he's still coming through. He's saying, "You were right." Yeah, you're right. And that's a lot. That's a lot for him. Well, on the other side, it's not a lot for him to say you were right. That's easy for him. So how we looking, Jill? Is Jennifer still there?
I was trying to send her an invitation, but earlier,
Well, I hope we get her up. And if we can't get her up, we might have.
Jennifer, if you're able to hit accept, please do.
I'll tell you, for the listeners that are listening now, I do bill myself as a psychic empath because my empathic skills are what are best on me. But since I have been doing this show, I do, I connect to more people on the other side than I ever have in my life. All right, we got Jennifer. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got all these wonderful people in my audience tonight, and it makes me feel wonderful. You know what? Just so people know, sometimes I'm talking and then I'll just stop and I'll switch gears. Yeah, and all of that. And in your case, this is what I'm switching gears. So I'm finished with hi, how you doing? What's going on? Now you got some heavy stuff weighing on your heart.
Maybe. I don't know. You got to tell me.
No, you do. Um, yeah, you're another person that tries to put on a good show. That you're this happy-go-lucky person. You are. I don't want to say the life of the party. I want to say you want people to see you as this beautiful, and I'm not saying you're not beautiful, you are beautiful, but you want people to see you as beautiful and having it all together. I got it all together. And I've got it together. You want people to see you that way. Only that's not how you feel on the inside. On the inside,
Don't make me
ooh,
cry.
I might cry too. I have cried many times on this show. And you're coming through. On the inside, let me see if I can put words on this. On the inside, you're really, really depressed. Oh boy. All of us, when it comes to depression, and I always will bring myself into this when I'm talking about depression because I understand depression because I was depressed for most of my life. And being depressed most of my life from when I was a child, when you're depressed for that long, you don't know that you're depressed. You think that it's just life. Like life sucks. Not like every day is bad, bad days, good days, but for the most part, in our minds, life sucks. And in my case, I really thought, well, that's just life. Okay. Not till I got older did I realize I was clinically depressed. I was suicidal. Um, and I didn't look at it as, even then, I didn't think I was depressed. And I would say things like, I just don't want to be here. This is too painful. Just don't want to be here. And people would ask, how you doing today? Oh, I'm existing, you know. But you, in your case, you really try to put on this good face. Now, you've been depressed for a long time. Okay, you've been depressed for a long time. I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, there's a couple of things that are like this. Okay, so I believe, and I think you put this in the comments that your daughter passed away. Is that correct? That's part of it, but that's not all of it.
It's guilt. It's guilt from her passing that I can't reconcile.
That's
But I'm not depressed in a clinical way. I'm just sad. I'm super sad that I couldn't be there.
well, this is what I'm getting ready to get to. You are grieving the loss of your daughter, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
However, before that,
Okay.
you had stuff going on, but you took and used other things to fill it, to make it seem that that
Like what? I mean, just
I
kind of give
don't
me
know
an
exactly
example.
what it was, but I'm sensing that it was your daughter's death that triggered the rest of it. So there was something on under the surface that you kept pushed down. But when your daughter passed away, it brought it more to the surface. So let's get back to your daughter.
Mhm.
You said you feel guilt.
Yeah, I do.
And this is an exact science, so sometimes I have to ask you things. In this case, I have to ask you, why do you feel guilt? And
'Cause she
remember,
called me.
also, there's I do have a safe word here, so if anything gets too sensitive for you, just
No, I
say
get it. No, she
stop.
called me And I had to be the mama bear and say, just get an Uber, just come home. And the dynamics of it was very sensitive as far as what happened, and there was a lot of other things, a lot of elements that were going on, but even the police officer that approached her before she passed has guilt. So, I mean, it's a very dynamic and very convoluted type of passing. Like, if I would have just picked up the phone and said, "Okay, baby, I'm coming right now," I don't know that she would have lived 6 months later or 2 weeks later. I just don't know. My daughter had mental illness, so and it's been a lifetime with that, so I kind of had to take the strong mama bear approach and saying, "You know what? Tough love, baby. I'm sorry," you know?
That's what I've been feeling with you. So it was her mental illness
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
affecting you.
Yeah.
Okay. So before your daughter's passing, you were you when you deal with someone that has mental illness, and like I said, I've had mental illness also. Especially when you're a parent and your child is suffering from mental illness, that can weigh on you very heavily. And it can also pull you into a depression. Okay? So you were really down in the dumps before her passing. Now, as far as guilt, not your fault.
I know it's not my fault, but it doesn't stop me from having night terrors or nightmares, and I
What
literally had a dream about her the other night where she was just a baby, like, with a broken foot, and I saw some kind of it was so weird. It was like I was in another country, and this, like, psychic said, "Don't worry about it. She's gonna be healed." And I had her like an infant, and she was healed, and I was just, like, praising to my husband. I said, "Our daughter's healed," and he just didn't hear it. So, I mean, it was just so weird. Just
okay.
such
Okay.
a
Well,
weird type of thing.
okay. So um I'm 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 beginning to feel your daughter.
Okay.
And
She is so funny and she's so loving.
when it comes to these types of situations, and I don't know, and you don't have to tell me. I don't know the exact circumstances of her death, okay?
Right.
However, and actually, I don't want to get into the circumstances of her
Okay,
death,
that's
okay?
fine.
But in certain situations, when a person dies under and it has to deal with mental illness and weird stuff happening, um, in most cases, uh, not in most cases. Let me retract that. In some cases, sometimes many cases, the person gets to the other side and they're still kind of damaged, okay? But she's different. I feel her different. Like sometimes they get to the other side and it takes them a little while to get centered. Okay.
I heard that. I heard that they
But
have
in
to be like in a waiting area or something like
well,
that.
well, it depends on the like I said, mental illness. It's different. Every situation is different. Some people have to go through certain lessons. Some don't.
Right.
And learn certain things about what they've done while they were
Right.
here and about their mind. So it's a lot different. Okay, but in your daughter's case, it was quick. It was
Yes.
almost like she didn't have any mental illness.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
was
she healed from that mental illness almost instantly
right.
on the other side, where a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. It takes
Right.
some time to heal from the mental illness, but in hers was almost instantly. Okay,
Right.
she has been communicating to you. All right, the dream you had, the one that your husband says, "Oh, he," no, that was like a direct message. Um, because what she was trying to show you is that she is healed, like from when she was a baby. There's nothing wrong. She was born pure,
Yeah.
and now she's pure again. She is loving and kind, and all things are wonderful. She is concerned about you, and she wants you to know it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. She says that you were always there for her.
I was.
Always. Not your fault.
I always was. Except for that one time, and that's why I'm torturing myself
No,
going, oh my
even
God, if I
then, she
would have
says
just.
that's not your fault. That is not your fault. You were
Thank you.
being a loving mother. You were being a loving mother. Sometimes as a loving mother, we have to be tough.
That was the only time I was tough with her, was that time. And that's why I guess it tortures me, but I know she loves me. And I know she's
She
doing
loves
so
you.
much better.
She doesn't want to see you this way. She doesn't. Pain is different emotional pain is different on the other side. So I'm going to say it pains her, but she doesn't feel pain from it. So she just doesn't want you to be this way.
Thank you.
So this is why she's coming through in dreams. Okay. So and we grieve here. We grieve when we lose someone close to us. And I can't even imagine what it would be like to lose one of my children. I can't imagine it. Okay, but you're going through this, but she doesn't want this for you.
No, she doesn't.
She
I know she
doesn't.
doesn't.
So be the good mother you always have been. Make your daughter happy. She is happy now, but
I
the
know.
only thing her biggest concern now is that you're so unhappy.
I'm sad. It's not I'm unhappy. I'm just sad. I'm sad that I couldn't, I was always there for her and I failed her. In my heart, I I believe I failed her. If I would have picked her up, then none of this would have happened. But I didn't because I was being tough mama bear, and that's the only reason why I have such guilt. But I know what you mean. I know that she doesn't want me to be feel. I didn't fail her, but it doesn't stop me from feeling bad.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
said, the police officer that saw her that night too, he has such grief. He has such pain. I mean, he's had to see my therapist, and
I was just going to ask you whether you've been going to your therapist.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And the same therapist that the police officer is going to, he feels complete guilt for that, because if he wouldn't have let her go, she wouldn't have been she wouldn't have passed. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
not early. I mean, I think that was her her destiny was to pass early, because she was such a fleeting fire that was just so beautiful, just too perfect for this world. So, and I expressed to my therapist too. I said, you know what? That police officer has no responsibility in this. This wasn't on him. And yeah, I've been having night terrors, so I don't know if that's her way of coming through, but I don't think so.
No, not night terrors. That's all you. Um, what do you do right before you go to sleep?
Actually, my husband likes to watch Perry Mason. He watches Perry Mason, full Perry Mason movie. And I just listen to it like a lullaby, and I go to sleep. But other than that, that's about it.
Is that
Otherwise, I just
every
go to
night?
sleep. Almost every night, yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to get into your marriage, but for a little while, you need to change that. Okay?
What do you mean?
Well, it's not good, especially when you got a lot of stuff going on in your head, to watch Perry Mason while you're
No, I
but
don't
you're
watch it. I just like
you're hearing it.
listen. Like
Okay,
listen.
you're hearing it.
I'm hearing it.
What I want you to focus on before you go to sleep is your daughter. And that's difficult. That is difficult. But what I want you to do is to connect to your daughter. Now,
I talk to her every morning when I light a candle in front of her pictures.
it's
Every day.
but listen, it's hard to connect to someone on the other side when you're not quiet. I have a sign up here. Let me see if you can see it.
Keep it simple.
Up there it says "Know to be still." Okay? Know to be still. In order to get in touch, and the actual verse is know to be still and know that I am God. So the deal is, in order for us to connect to God, to connect to the other side, we need to be still and quiet. Otherwise, we can't hear. We can't connect to the other side until you're still and quiet. So you're going through a grieving process and you're blaming yourself. But you can
It's been over a year. It's been
over a year, and
now.
and grieving is a long process. But you have to get to where you are quiet and centered and focus on your daughter and try to communicate with us. I'm not the only person that's an empath. I'm not the only person that's psychic. All of us.
She was an empath. She was an empath.
And she was an empath. Okay. So even better. but it's time for you to be still and quiet and try to connect to your daughter. And being that she was an empath, you probably one too. Um, but once you get quiet and talk to her, okay, don't talk to her as if she's some being somewhere else. Talk to her as if she's right in front of you. Talk to her as if she's still here.
So don't tell her that I miss her and I wish she was here.
You can tell her. You can tell her that.
That's what I always
You
tell
can
her.
you
I
can
miss
tell her
you. I'm
that,
so sorry.
but you can talk after that. You can talk to her about whatever you want, and then you will begin
Okay.
to hear her. And when I say hear, when I say I hear something, it doesn't necessarily
Right.
mean I'm hearing it through
Right.
my
Right.
ears.
Right.
Okay. And then you will be able to hear. That is what will give you comfort. What will give you more comfort? You telling yourself, trying to convince yourself that it wasn't your fault? Or would it be your daughter talking to you, telling you it wasn't your fault? Which is more?
I would love not to even think about that. I would just love to hear from my daughter.
Yes, but you will hear from your daughter, and she will tell you it's not your fault, Mom. I'm
I
okay.
just want her to tell
I'm
me she
okay.
loves me,
Listen,
that she's okay.
death is not the end.
Right.
She is okay. I've already told you she's okay. She is good. Like I said, most people that die under her circumstances aren't good quickly. It was almost instantaneous for her that she was good. Everything was lifted from her.
I know.
That's for people with a mental illness and weird circumstances. It usually doesn't happen quickly like that, but for her it was. So
She hated that stigma. I'm not mentally ill. I said, baby, you're not. You're just special, baby. That's it. God chose a different route for you. I never tried to make her feel like she was
well,
less than anything
then
else.
that makes sense. That makes sense because when she got this is because of what you told her. So when she got to the other side, she was ready to let go of the mental illness. And see, most of us, when we get to the other side and we die with a mental illness, we don't even know that we can let it go. But you prepared her for that. You prepared her to let go. So you, whether you know it or not, but I'm going to tell you now, you prepared her for the other side. So you were still being a great mother on the other side. Because when she got to the other side, she knew what to do. I need to let this go.
Yeah.
Most of us can't do that. Just let it go when we get to the other side. When it comes,
So how come us here can't let it go?
because we're human.
That's it.
It's that simple.
I guess that's it. That's
It
it.
takes
Just
it takes a
living
long, long time for us to learn how to let it go. I have finally learned that, but I'm old now. Took me.
So am I. So am I.
So it took me a long time to learn it.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to know was that she's
She
safe
is safe.
and that she's
She is happy.
and that she is around me all the time.
She is around you all the time. Like I said, her biggest concern is that you're not healed yet. But I really need you to talk to her.
I talk to her all the time.
Not with a bunch of noise around you. Not while the TV is on. If you meditate, do it during your meditation. And
Yeah.
being that you're having these night terrors, this is why I say you need to speak to her before you go to sleep.
Okay.
Because she can help take those away from you. All right? So she can help
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But at night, you need to get yourself a quiet spot, whether you ask your husband not to watch Perry Mason, or you can get some headphones, put some headphones
Yeah.
on, put on a mask. You know, you have to block out all that external noise.
Yeah. External
Yes.
stimulation.
Yes, because if all of this other stuff is going on, connecting to her is going to be very difficult.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And I try to keep, as you see the sign behind me, keep it simple. So all of this stuff can be very complicated, but I always try to tell a person the simplest way to do it. You know, after you get started, you might find you like to do it a different way or whatever. Fine. But just as long as you get started. So I'm like this realm.
Baby steps.
Yes. We'll get you started. Once you see you can connect to the other side, then you move forward in your own pace, the way you want, what's most comfortable to you. Like for me, when I read people on the other side, I don't need a name. They don't give me name. And as a matter of fact, I was told that names aren't important on the other side. It's what they feel like. You identify another soul, another person by what they feel, how I feel them. Now I'm an empath, so I go with how they feel.
You know, it's funny that you say that, but did my daughter tell you what her name was or her nickname was?
No, I usually don't get names. Like I said, I'm usually just
I know.
feeling, but I'm searching, because that's my spirit guides.
I know it's on the tip of your tongue. I know it is. Just spat it out. That's it.
I'm not sure. Is it something with a J? J sounding? I'm feeling like Jan or J. So it's some. I don't know.
It's with a J. I would call her Gigi.
GG.
Her name was Gila.
That's
Gila.
why I said J or J sounding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't usually do names, but
She's
thanks for that.
a very unique name. And she comes out and says, "Yeah, nobody else calls me by that nickname
My
except
mother.
my mama." So yeah, she was a character. I miss her every day. So thank you so very
She's
much.
pretty powerful then, because like I said, I don't usually do names. I just do feelings. And I
Yeah,
got close. I
you
got
did. You
close.
got an initial right.
Yeah, so okay. Cool. Well, that's
Thank you so very
Oh,
much. I
you are
appreciate it.
so welcome. But for you right now, you need to be still, get quiet before you go to sleep,
Yeah,
and
I'll
connect
do that.
to her. Yeah. No outside
Thank you again.
stimulation. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm still sorry for your loss.
Oh,
However, I know I did help.
you
I
did.
know I did help. I
You
can
did.
I
I
can tell.
appreciate it.
I can tell when I have really helped somebody. So you're a little lighter now. So, I mean, lighter in energy.
I'm like a few pounds lighter. Can you do that? Can you do that?
That's a good one. Wow. Okay. Woo. Wee. All right.
Everything's
I
good.
think I'm so glad we were able to do this. And again,
Me too.
I'm
Thank you
always
so much.
happy when I connect to someone and someone on the other side. I have so much love for you and your daughter and your husband and all your loved ones actually. So um, keep being you. Uh, do the homework I gave you, please,
I will.
please.
Quiet, quiet, quiet. Okay, got it.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess, do you know how to pull yourself off the stage or does Jill need it?
I think I can like push myself here and do this. I don't know. You're gonna have to drop me.
Jill, we're not going to drop you. We're just,
Jill, drop me. Drop me.
we'll set you back down softly into the audience. Okay. Now, I think we have one more, Jill. Do we have one more? And is that Shannon? Or
I don't see Shannon anymore, but Tanya Lee says, I need some guidance in my life.
all
So Tanya
right.
Lee is coming to this, or she's on the stage.
There's Tanya Lee. Does everybody always call
Hi, how
you
are you?
Tanya Lee?
Everyone just calls me whatever like just comes off the tongue.
Nah. Uh-uh.
Yeah, so
No.
it's either Tanya or it's Tanya Lee.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy to see you here. I see you're walking around. You're busy. What's up?
I'm currently
At
at work, but
work.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're at work. Well, that's not a calm place to be. That's not a settling place to be.
I've just closed the door, so
The doors are
I'm pretty chill
locked.
now. Doors are locked.
Okay. You in a restaurant?
Yeah.
Is it a
No, I'm actually so it's a vape store.
a bait store?
No, a vape
Oh, a
store, like
vape store.
e-cigarettes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're seated now?
Yeah, comfortable.
Okay, you can sit there for a few. Nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, Tanya. I feel sorrow from you.
Whew, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to make you cry. I just
No, it's okay.
just the way it comes through. Um, but I'm not getting a grip on the sorrow. I can feel its sorrow, but something feels different. Usually, when if I'm going to say sorrow, it's like grieving, a death or something like that. But your sorrow seems to be, I don't know, like all mixed, like this mixed sorrow.
Yeah.
So it's not only death. There's other losses that we can have in our life that aren't death, that create a tremendous sorrow. Okay? And you don't know what to do with it. It's like, what the hell is this? This is, ugh. This is how it feels to you. It just
Yeah.
feels like, oh, what is this? I don't know what to do with it. I want to take it and throw it over there. But you can't throw it over
Yeah.
there.
Yep,
Yeah, you
definitely.
can't throw it over there because you can't even grab hold of it. Okay? So you don't know what to do with it. And it's like in your head, you're just saying, this just sucks. Why is this? Why do these emotions exist? And why in
Yeah.
you? Why is it in you? Ugh. Just ugh. So so I know how you feel. So and being that it's 1, 2, I feel like it's 1, 2, maybe three things maybe that are creating this sorrow. And here's the thing. You're not that type of person. You see,
No.
some people get sorrow and those kind of feelings and they hold on to them. It's like this foreign entity is in you and it just needs to be removed.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like I've got so much inside me and I can't express it. I can't let it out. I can't just.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, there's a question I usually ask at every reading, and that is, what is your, and you may have said it already, what is your main concern, your number one concern in life right now?
I don't know where my future is going. I was so set on where my future was going 9 months ago, and now I feel like I'm lost and I don't know which way to go.
Okay. Uh, okay. Ooh, I wish we had more time. I need to try to dissect this real quick. So, was there a death?
There has been a death, but not in the past 12 months. Something significant that I'm struggling to let go of is an ex partner.
That's what I was feeling. I was feeling, yeah. Okay.
It was something that I didn't want. I didn't want the breakup to happen, and yeah, just.
Hmm. Oh boy. So that is one. The other one with your life and the way it's going. Um, I'm feeling I'm feeling that you feel your life is falling down like dominoes. It's like one thing, then another thing, and another thing, then it keeps and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling, and you can't stop these dominoes. So,
Literally, yeah, that is my life right now.
so, you really have a lot going on, and I know we don't have enough time in this show, but what I'm the first thing I'm seeing I see I see stop. I see stop. So when I say stop, I'm not saying just stop and don't worry about it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to visualize, like I told you, these dominoes are falling. Okay. And you know how sometimes when they set up this elaborate domino system and they have to set them up just right for all of them to fall down, but if one of them isn't right, everything won't fall down. Okay. I want
Yeah.
you to visualize that one that's not in the right place so the rest of them can't fall down. And I know that sounds simple, but what I'm trying to get you to visualize is that it's time to take a breather. Okay. It's time for you to do day to day. And I want you to think about next year, the next 6 months. I don't want you to think about any of that. I don't want you to think about tomorrow other than what you have to do. But as far as your future goes right now, just stop. Okay? Stop.
Yeah.
Slow down. Stop. And it's kind of, you have to convince yourself that I can't control it all. I
Yeah.
can't,
I'm trying to.
I can't fix everything today. Okay? So just stop. You know, a loss of a relationship, especially in your case, where you're really dependent on this other person. Okay? And really, you have a lot of stuff to unpack. We can't do it on this show. But um, right now, just and my producer added something to stay in the present. Okay. Right now, we're talking
Yeah.
about today. Okay. And we might be talking about tomorrow because, everybody's got to go to work.
Yeah.
Okay. And, but it's time to start pushing the future aside for now, for you.
Yeah.
Because it's about slowing your thoughts down. It's time to slow your thoughts down. So
Yeah.
if you have a roof over your head, be thankful for that. You have a job, you have food to eat. Okay. And you still have your mental health, even though you feel like you don't, but you do. Okay. And some people because I lived most of my life in a depression. Okay. I know what it feels like. I understand it. Yours is different. Okay. Now, I am not a psychiatrist. I don't know if you're going to therapy or not. But what I feel is yours is different. It's not a depression, okay? It's like I said, it's like sorrow. But it's sorrow,
Yeah, like
it's sorrow that you can control. In your case,
I feel like I am not allowing myself to be happy either. Like I'm not allowing
that
myself to see the good things
that
in
is true.
life.
That's why I know you're good. I mean, as far as you don't have a mental illness that is giving you these awful thoughts. Okay,
Yeah.
it's just you. It's just your own thoughts. So in your case, they have to slow down, and it's going to be difficult for you because you've always been that way. Okay. That's why in the past you
Yeah.
were so successful. You did everything you needed to do. You were bim, bam, boom. This. I'm going to do this. And you do them, no problem.
Yeah.
But you had a problem and then another problem, then another problem and another problem. So now you have to change that. You have to slow it down. Let's slow. What am I doing tomorrow? I'm going to work. I'm going to get up. I'm going to eat. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to come home. You're not going to think about your next relationship. You're not going to think about or try not to think about all the things that you perceived that went wrong. What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to eat? Then there's another thing I want you to do, and these are all simple things. I want you to do something different in your day. Every day, I want you to try to do something different. I don't know where you eat your lunch. Eat it somewhere different. Okay. I don't know how you get to work, whether you drive your car or whether you take public transportation. Do it in a different way. We have to change this routine, okay?
Yeah.
Because these routines trigger the same thoughts. You're kind of like on a loop. So we have to change
Yeah.
that, and worry about today. Worry about getting through this day. And I'm serious about don't plan your future. Please don't plan your future. And don't think, oh, well, maybe, here you go. This is you. Yeah, I'll take a different route. Maybe I'll meet a new person on that different route. So you don't want to do that. You just want to take the different route. You don't want to think whether it's going to change your life, whether how better your life is going to get because you do. No, just be in the moment today, because there's nothing.
That is what I have.
That's the problem you're having.
Like I will always, worry about like where I'm going to be in 5 years or 10
Yeah,
years
yeah,
time, like, where I'm going to be in 6 weeks time. Like it's always something that I've always done ever since I was a young
yeah.
girl. And I think that stems from having such a broken down childhood. So now I don't want to have a broken down adulthood. And yeah, I feel really stressed.
Yeah. But just focus on you and what you do each day. It's time for you to slow down. You've been going like this since you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's check this out. It's like taking a vacation from yourself. Okay?
That would be good.
Yeah. Take a vacation from yourself. Just be la-di-da. Because it used to bother you. It used to bother you when you would see people that didn't have a plan. You're like, what's wrong with them? They don't have a plan. Don't they know they need to do this, and this? I want you to become one of
Yeah.
those people for a little while. Okay? You need an adjustment. All right? An
Yeah.
adjustment. So I want you to become one of those people. I don't care. I'm not worried about it. I have what I need now. Cool.
Yeah.
But do that every day. Do something different. Slow down. Take a different route. Don't worry about 2 days from now. Don't plan your future. And that'll help you for now. It will. And I would
Yeah.
love it because we're almost at 2 hours. And I think this is the longest show ever. And my battery will probably go dead in a minute. So, um, yeah, if you will start doing that, and please come back to the show next week, same time, same day,
I
and
will.
and
I will.
and please let us know how that's working. Even if you don't want to be on camera, you can just send it in a text that I've been doing that and it's been helping. Um, but just remember, it's not time for you to plan everything. It's time for you to rest. Rest.
Yeah.
Vacation from
I just,
yourself.
yeah.
And I'm not saying you're a bad person. You're a great person, but we all need vacations, and sometimes we need vacations from ourselves because we
Yeah.
are harder on ourselves than anybody else in the whole world. Yeah.
Yeah. I do. I definitely do put myself down a lot.
Yeah.
And especially with the decisions that I have
Yeah.
made,
Don't worry.
especially with
Don't worry about them. Yeah.
like
Don't worry
it's
about that stuff. That's in the past.
yeah.
It's in the past. Tomorrow is a new day, and you're going to do some things differently, and you're going to think a little differently. And if you need a reminder, you can replay this show whenever you want and fast forward to this part and listen to me say, hey, you're like dominoes. Stop it. Stop the dominoes from falling. Stop. Be still. Do
Yeah,
something
I will.
different.
It's definitely helped.
Good.
Thank you
You
so
are
much. Like,
so welcome. You are so welcome. This has been an amazing show tonight. And Jill's going to take you down off the stage. I'm starting to play some music to close out the show. And then till next week. And remember, anyone that wants to contact me, you can just hit that fortune cookie. It'll give you all of my information on how to contact me, website, and all of that. You can rewatch this stuff on YouTube, also on The Man About Love, one word. And let me see, the fortune cookie will give you all the information. And let's see. The website is knowtoBeStill.com, and you'll find out some things about me. And that is KNOW number 2 letter B still.com. The music I am playing now is Feel Freedom by Sound Mix. The music I played before my readings is called Path of Less Resistance by HE Music. Yes, that's who it is. And the song I played for the intro is Feel the Wave by Emilio Monroon. That is correct. I love doing this show. It's what I'm supposed to do. I will always do free readings here on Tuesday night, and I welcome all of you, and I love you all for real. I'm not saying that because we're just all connected. We really are. We are part of each other. So let's keep doing that. Amazing show tonight. Amazing show tonight. I loved it. So I'm going to take myself off video, and you'll still hear me talking and the music playing, and then I'm going to end the show and you won't hear me or the music. So I love you all.